Too much fun again. And I lost my magazine, but I have another one. Hey, Hickok 45, working out with the FNS-9. That means FNS for striker fired. Yes, this firearm has been out for a couple of years. I think it was introduced at the 2012 SHOT Show, which I was not at, but that's where it was introduced, I think. We all know FN. I mean, they make our military firearms, lots of them. I think, what, an M4, I believe they provide an M4. Well, they don't provide it, I'm sure we pay them well. What, the SAW, squad automatic weapons, and some others that I'm just not familiar with. But I know they are one of our major suppliers of military firearms, and militaries around the world, I would expect. But they do quality work, we know that. So let's look at this thing. They, again, until a couple of years ago, they didn't have a striker-fired pistol like this. And I have often picked up their hammer-fired, the FNX, FNP, and we've shot some of those. But this is the first experience I've had with the striker-fired pistol, and I mean, it feels pretty good. We'll take it apart here and look at it. I appreciate the loan of this from Nashville Gun Shop. I'll put that information in the description, because it was just a new gun. And he said, just take it. Now, before I take this down, let me show you something. When you take it apart, to kind of figure this out, you would think you just lock it back, pull down the takedown lever, and then slide comes right off. Well, it does, but you got to pull the trigger. And you cannot pull the trigger until you get that flush right there at the back. So when that's flush, trigger pulls, push it right off. Okay, just remember that. If you get one of these, you'll be frustrated. You'll be like me, unless you're just smarter than I am, which you probably are, huh? Pretty safe assumption. So, you know, it's pretty typical. You got striker fired, you got a firing pin block there, everything. And I haven't taken the slide apart, but I understand it comes apart pretty much like a Glock. And, you know, there's your barrel, 9mm. Stainless steel. The barrels are stainless steel. The slides are stainless. Even if it's a black finish, it's a stainless steel slide. And, of course, polymer frame. So very easy to take apart, which we would expect these days. Somebody comes up with a polymer pistol in a Wonder 9 or a Wonder 40 or a Wonder 45 these days, and it's not easy to come apart. That's not good, is it? It's a competitive market. You notice you got polymer, but you also got steel, you know, rails and everything that are replaceables, I understand. So point that out before we slide him back together. Okay, lever back up, and we're in business. 3-dot sights. They come, some of them with night sights, and in fact the shop had one with night sights. It had the black slide, and I don't know, give me let's just do the one, the stainless one. I kind of like that for a change. Actually, it's a good looking pistol, I have to say. Yeah, you got your rough grip there, doesn't hurt your hand, feels pretty good actually. I like that. Kind of like the Generation 4 Glocks. You got a replaceable back strap. Has I think two pieces. That's about all I've got left in the box. Whoa, it blew. It blinds you. So you have another strap you can put on there. And I kind of like this one. I like a flat, you know, back strap, but this one is flat enough. It just feels good. It really does. Now you should notice some other things on here you don't have on some pistols. You have a safety, thumb safety there. Now you don't have to use it, but you have it. And it's not very large. I like that. Let me gauge it here. We're cocked. You just push it up, and you know it's very discreet, I guess you could say, just like the slide lock. I mean, it's you know, one of the things, if you've been around long, one of the things I brag about on the Glocks is, you know, you got the same thing. Your slide, it's all small. All the controls are very small. It's like you carved this thing out of soap. You know, whereas some really quality firearms have large controls, which I just don't like. You know, they're unnecessary. Glock proved that, and FN, you know, proves it as well. You got all this stuff. Your takedown lever, you got a thumb safety, your slide lock, but none of it, you know, is sticking out there a half an inch, a quarter of an inch, as some firearms do. Okay, pretty cool. Now let me turn it over and look what you see. Whoa, you got your slide lock on this side as well, and your thumb safety. Looks a little ambidextrous, doesn't it? Surely is. So a lefty would really have not much to complain about with this pistol. I mean, your slide lock's just on the left side, or your takedown lever, but you know, big deal on that. I don't think you're going to be in a shootout where you have to do that in a hurry or anything. And then of course your mag release, you know, both sides. And I like that tell you, I'll tell you ahead of time, unless it starts malfunctioning with every shot, you know, we're not going to have a lot of negatives for this pistol. I can't find many. I like that mag release a lot. Again, it's a perfect size. If I were designing this gun and I were involved in the research and the development of it, I mean, a lot of this stuff would have been, man, I'd have been all on board with with the way they made these things. The grip, the feel of the grip, the roughness, the texture of it, the slide, the mag release, even the thumb safety. Again, you don't have to use the safety, so you know it's kind of a why not. And you know, some agencies, if they're going to adopt a pistol like this, require one. So it's really not a bad idea. Now, well, I know it's very controversial. A lot of people just can't have that gun if it has one on it. But you know, it's so indiscreet that you know you can just not use it. You know, it's not an integral part like on a 1911 where you pretty much need to use a 1911 thumb safety because you got a light trigger. Right? We'll shoot a couple more times here, and while I'm blabbing, let me load a magazine. You get 3 mags with it, so that's pretty cool. The mags aren't cheap, as I understand. They run around $40, $45. I believe from my searching around the web, they're a little bit more available than they were a while back. And they're still a little bit more than some of the other more popular handgun magazines. They feel like quality magazines. I have fired, let's see, about six magazines before the video. And I just fired a couple there, 8. Okay, they hold, 17 rounds, 16 or 17. So you can see we're somewhere around 100 rounds there. And no bobbles yet. Nothing has happened that was not planned. And I'm shooting. Well, I always bring a box out to show you what I'm shooting. If I dump them out, this is Arms Core. Okay, so it tends to work pretty well. I know a lot of people make fun of it. We're still using ammo that we just had to find it where we could. This 9mm business is still a little slack, isn't it? So 115 grain, as long as it works. The only thing we encountered problems with this ammo so far was with the little Sky pistol, if you recall. In that video, I think it has hard primers or something for that gun, but I haven't noticed that with others. We'll see, maybe this one. But that's I think about all I've shot, and it's done fine. We may try some Winchester white box, and we will try some hollow points. I always have hollow points out here, but sometimes I forget because you don't remind me to try them. Again, FN, I mean, my gosh, what a company. And this pistol is a surprise to me. It is a surprise. I have shot it some. It has a stiker-fired mechanism, as I said, you know, similar to a lot of our favorite firearms. Let me show you where it breaks. It makes right there, and reset. It's back to right there. So the reset's fairly short. Right now, it's not as good a trigger to me as it is, say, the best Glock trigger. That's all I can say. You know, stiker-fired triggers are kind of strange, aren't they? It's just a little bit gritty, maybe. Not quite as crisp, but it's not bad. When you pick it up, and remember this, if you're in a shop and you feel one of these, if you're in a shop and you try it, you think, I don't think I like that. But when you get ammo in it and you're actually firing it, it seems better. And we had this experience with some of the XDMs. It's just a phenomenon I've observed. You may not, but in my opinion, triggers sometimes seem worse than they really are. You put ammo in and actually fire it, and you know, it just shoots great, and you do well with the trigger. So I don't know what that's all about exactly. Probably just me, right? So let's try it again. Now I could put the measurements on here. It's about the same thickness as the Glock 19, and so I put it in a Glock holster. Even though this is a Glock 30 holster or something, it fits a little bit better in it, but it will fit in a Glock 26 holster. Okay, so it's in that category. Let's see. Let's make it hot. Didn't do that, did I? No. Let's put the safety on. So you can use it or you don't have to. I'll put it on this time. There we go. And I'll just pull it out here and see if I can ruin the day for these little targets right here. I'll disengage the safety and pop that pump. Let's do that again. You'd want to practice if you're going to use the safety. You'd want to get in the habit of using it all the time. I tell you what, it feels good. It really does feel great. We got stuff flying everywhere. Nice. Sweet. Now let's take it out to the gong. I don't care if it does say FN on the side. If it can't hit the gong, toss it away, throw it in the trash can, in the burn barrel. It goes in the burn barrel if I cannot hit the gong. Sorry, Nashville Gun Shop. I'll just have to make up some story that ends up being burned. There we go. All right. Does not get incinerated. Well, let's get a little bit more ambitious. Let's try a turkey or a pig. Let's try this. Go for the little chicken. All right, it's chicken worthy. Not only gong worthy, but chicken worthy. I see some cinder blocks over there, or remains. A little dust. I think I'm out of ammo. I just have 3 magazines. The magazines that came with it. Yeah. Okay, well now, don't let me, you almost let me forget again. We'll load some hollow points. And we may even try some of this. I guess this would probably be a little bit weaker ammo. This Winchester white box. We'll try a little bit of that. But let's dump out some collar points. Yeah, these are old, but still they always work. And they're a variety of stuff. Okay, let's try these. After all, it must feed hollow points. Pretty. I like this firearm. I will lavish some praise on it. I really do. It feels really good in the hand. And if you notice, I don't know if you can tell, we've got the Glock 19 out here, not to, again, to be Glock obsessive, but to compare. Okay, size-wise, we're both clear. The slide is basically a Glock 19 slide in length. Okay, it's about a 4-inch barrel. So you've got about the same length on the slide. But when it comes to the grip, you know, the height of the pistol, I'll lay it down here. You can see the length of the grip is more like a Glock 17. Okay, and that's why it holds 17 rounds. You know, it's a longer grip. Okay, so we essentially, in terms of size, we have a Glock 19 up here, and we have a Glock 17 down here. For my purposes, the grip feels about 1,000% better than a Glock 17. Again, this just feels good right here. I don't have that hump down here at the bottom that messes with me. And you got a little bit of a beaver tail here. I'll tell you, I told John, you know what it's like when you pick up a CZ75. It feels like it was molded to your hand. This is pretty close. It really is. I mean, I'm sounding like an FN salesperson, I know, but this gun feels great. It feels great. The only negative, the trigger, I think if I was going to a shooting match today, I'd probably shoot the 19 a little bit better. But if I shot this and got used to that trigger, it's just a great gun. Okay, let's try these hollow points while I'm yakking here. I'll leave the safety off this time. Make it more like a Glock, an XDM, or some of the others. Got to feed hollow points if you're going to be a carry gun. Now we'll try a couple of Winchester white box. What else about it here? You got, of course, your rail, your 1913 mil-spec rail there, and drift adjustable, front and rear sight. Sights are pretty prominent. They're up there. You have no trouble finding them. Really do. Well, I don't know. I guess it shoots pretty much right on. I was thinking I needed to hold up a little bit on the target. I'm not sure. I did shoot some 147 grain ammo in it when I first got it. Just a couple of magazines of that. And I think probably a little bit higher point of impact maybe is what kind of messed me up. Then I went to 115 grain. We have more 115 grain stuff around. We'll shoot what we can find here. Okay, Winchester white box. Try to shoot stuff that people buy, people find. We could get more premium ammo and shoot nothing but, I mean, it'd be expensive, more expensive. All of it's expensive, but kind of like to get what you all buy, what I buy, what we can find here and there. And I think probably all of us end up with kind of a hodgepodge. If some of you have several 9mm and you're picking up 9mm here and there, I imagine in your ammo cache, your arsenal, you probably have all kinds of different brands. Some you didn't exactly get excited about purchasing, but it's what someone had at a decent price when you were looking for it. And it's just kind of the way it goes. And if you're doing what we're doing, so what if it's not the best ammo in the world? As long as it's good ammo, I mean, it's going to blow up or anything. Maybe you could find something that is just ever so slightly more consistent, maybe in the charges if you're bench resting and shooting groups. I don't know, but for most of what we do, most of us, it's all more accurate than we are, generally, standing and shooting. And so as long as it works, it's from a company, reputable company. Wow, here I am going through this whole box, it looks like. Okay, yeah, we better slow down. We'll shoot these. Okay. I don't know, we just got some of that. Okay. So, stiker-fired, FNS. Mags fit in my 9mm Phobos mag pouches that I use for 9mm Glocks and everything. All right, let me cut it loose a little bit here. Check the reset, see what I really think about it. I don't think I've done that yet. I'm going to put some in that barrel. That's pretty good. I mean, you don't feel like you're limited. That's fine. I think I just need to work with it a little bit. Put it back in the holster here. I'll put the safety on and just pull it out and shoot. And I see, there you go. I didn't take the safety off. That's why I probably would not use the safety out of the holster like that. Okay, let's leave the safety off. Well, we hit him on the last shot. I guess that's probably enough shooting. I'll tell you what. Oh, one of you, if you live in Nashville, drop by the Nashville gun shop and tell them you saw Hickok in a video with this gun and he tripped and fell in a lake or something, okay? And he lost the gun. Because I might just want to keep this thing. This is a nice gun. I don't know, how can I say it? If Glocks were outlawed, I'd be a big outlaw for one thing, right? Really an outlaw. But if Glocks were outlawed tomorrow and I had to replace my mid-size, pistol, I might just choose this baby. I like it. It feels great and it shoots well. Now, there may be things about it I don't know yet. I'm sure parts are not as available as they are for Glocks and other more popular guns that are out there, a much larger installed base. I don't know about longevity. It could be that there are people who have these and they have fired them 1,000 times or 10,000 times and something has started to fall off of them. So I'm not aware of any of that. I haven't seen any of that on the forums. But you know, there might be some of that out there. So aside from any of those factors, those unknowns, at least in my mind, that I'm not aware of, this is a great gun. A great gun. It's probably overlooked. I don't know many people that have these, really, tell you the truth, in my circle of friends and shooters, and it's probably a neglected choice, really. But anyway, pretty nice gun, the FNS-9. I like it. Life is good.